Hey there, I hope you're having a great day. I'm Renee DiVincenzo. I am your go-to business strategist, and I am excited for you to be joining with me another Wednesday business tip. When you think about the things that we do and how we try to stay balanced and how we're trying to get things together, you probably are wondering, how on earth am I going to put this all together? Well, I want to share with you what it is that I do as a business strategist and how I partner with my clients and business owners like yourself for you to be able to be balanced and to get what it is that you are wanting done. And when you see here, looking at what it is that I could do for you, working with you as your partner, having a business strategist is having a new set of eyes, working with you, helping you to envision what it is that you are wanting to do, just like with your goals, as well as the targets that you want to hit, of where you want to go in your business, as well as giving advice and guidance to helping different ideas come into place. When we're business owners, we're always in our four walls. We see things one way. But when you have another set of eyes working with you, you'll have a bigger picture of how it is that you want to promote yourself, how you want that growth to be. How is your performance in bringing in that productivity and enjoying that revenue that you so deserve? So I invite you to have a one-on-one with me. Let's talk. Let's see, where is it that you want to go in your business? What is it that you want to do? And let's collaborate and let's put your action plan together. And if you are finding that sometimes, I still need a little help and guidance with maybe getting some training or education in some areas that I can learn about, I want to share with you how to empower your business. Now, here I have some programs together which you can take a look at. You can scan my ebook. It's a free ebook of how to manage your times. It has a little worksheets in there of how you can understand what it is that you are wanting in your goals and in your vision, as well as you could be watching me on YouTube. Now, I do a number of different lives, from my Monday mindset to my weekly business tips. Check me out on YouTube. Pick out some of the videos that you are finding that you want to learn a little bit more out on, and you could check them out. If you're finding that you just need an understanding of how to put your daily routine together, I want to invite you to look at my time management and organizational skills. Now, this is a program that I had put together working with a lot of different clients that I have worked with when it came to trying to understand how to manage their time, to understand how to put and be organized so they can actually get what it is that they want, find what they are looking for. But you know what? Never being late and always being on time. So check out my program. If you're finding it is something for you, this is a program that is yours. You will be having workbooks, you'll be having a guidebook, and I'll also help you to understand how do you use worksheets when it comes to putting together what it is that you are wanting. And I also want to share with you, as you know, I have been talking about something that's going to be coming up, right? I'm saying it's going to be in the fall, but what I do want to share with you is I'm having a free masterclass on August 17th. It's going to be on a Thursday, 1 p.m. More information is going to follow with it, but the masterclass is going to be on proven strategy techniques to help you in your business, to help you with your back office, to help you with your journey in where it is that you are wanting to go and put together, but most of all, to help you to understand who you are, how you work, and how you can get all of the pieces to the puzzles to fit and to make it work for you. So as I shared with you today, we are going to learn about how to stay balanced, or are you balanced? Now, when I talk about balances, and what I want you to understand too is that to be balanced, we do have to take responsibilities, because when we're balanced, it is the key to having a fulfilling life. So when you think about balancing, there are four areas that we think about. We have physical balance, we have emotional balance, work life balance, social balance. So, what do all of these mean? Well, physical balance is very easy. You have to take care of your body, you have to eat well, you have to maybe exercise. Exercise is always great for our body, but most of all, we have to have enough rest. A lot of times when we're business owners, we work around the clock, right? You know, instead of having that 8-hour day, you can maybe have a 16-hour day. Like I always say, when you work for yourself, you work harder and longer hours than you did when you worked for someone else. So when you have that understanding of rest, you need to get some rest so you can recharge and be able to avoid burnout. That is really one thing I do want to share, that we can burn ourselves out so easily because we're always on the go. And that is where our emotions come into, and trying to balance that. Now, when you are working with others, or you could be working by yourself, or you could be having your family around, when you are aware of your emotions and how to manage them effectively, you will have healthy ways to express and to process your feelings and what it is that you could be contributing to having more of a balanced state of mind. When it comes to our emotions, I will share that it can always overpower us and how we're going to feel that day, what it is that we want to do. Are we waking up feeling great, or is it just like, oh my God, I just want to put the covers over my head and I just, can tomorrow come? So when you understand how you feel and what you could do about it, you will find that you will have a better way of working. And that's really, really important. And that's kind of what leads into that work-life balance. We try and balance our family. We have to work. And especially if we're working from home, like most of us might do, and not be working in an office, because since we had that transition change a few years ago where we had to work from home instead of being in the office when we had COVID and so forth, we had to learn differently of how do I balance my work while I'm living in my home and working in my home. And that could be a transition. But when you understand between professional and what you have to do personally, the most important thing is you have to find a designated area, an area in your home that that one you like, you feel comfortable in, you feel like you're going to be productive in, but you feel like you're going to have a lot of quiet time too. So if you happen to maybe have an extra room, you may want to use that as your office. Keep everything quiet, and so that you can go into that direction that you are wanting to go in. Also be aware of, when it comes to your work life balance, that if you need to get out of the house, a lot of us go to Dunkin' Donuts, a lot of us go to Starbucks. If we need to, come out of the house because we just can't be productive, you may even find virtual workspaces. Now, they are great to go to too, depending on where you live. In the area that you're in, you could find a spot that you just may need some quiet time. There's an area that I go down to that is close to the beach. Love the beach. On my bucket list is I am going to have an office on the beach. One day I will. That's my long-term goal. Just to be looking out at the ocean is so relaxing to me. I can't even tell you. And I start to have more ideas about what it is that I want to do. So if you want to be creative, maybe it's to remove yourself from your home working and find locations where you could be more productive. When you're looking at your social balance, now this is an area too where socializing, means a meaningful relationship when it comes to your family, your friends, your community, what it is you want to be a part of. But when you have a healthy social life, it can provide a lot of support. It also means a lot of connections, and you also have a sense of belonging. So All these four areas that I have shared with you, where I had shared a little bit of how it does work with your performance and how it is that you work in your business, has a lot to do with how we feel. So as you see the picture here, the balance, and of course there's an ocean behind it, right? My favorite is, this is where you want to be. You want to be that happy medium. How do you know when you're in a happy medium? It's really basically how you feel. If you feel a little off, you might be like this, right? If you feel good, you could be balanced like that. So always understand what your responsibilities are when it comes to balancing. Now, when we want to talk about a work-life balance, let's take a look at this. How do you create a work-life balance? When you're looking at this, it really basically is that you have to understand what your routines are going to be. I shared a little bit about it before with the work-life balance, but you need to understand, when are your hours? How are you going to set them? You also want to understand the normalcy of separating your work and your personal. Now, again, this is where I just shared about finding a space in your home, or maybe you need to find a virtual space. If you happen to be working in an office, I know at times it can be very loud as well. And then you're just going to have to try and work into, how can you make it work for you? Sometimes we can block out noise. Sometimes we can't. But again, once you are working in your environment, you will find what is going to work best for you. But I will always say, even if you are in a workplace, but especially if you are working from home, dress for success. A lot of times, especially when we're working at home, we'll wake up, we have a cup of coffee, we may put on our lounging gear, right? Whatever that is, sit down, work. But think about it. How much do you get done? Do you feel that you are working your business? When we get dressed, we do our hair, our makeup, or for men, it's of course going to be a little different. They may put on the top and shirt and all that they like to wear. But when you look good, you feel good. And when you feel good, you're in that business mind mode. That is going to help you get to where it is that you want. So when you're dressing for success, it will help you to mentally separate work from leisure, right? So think about that. So if you do work in your home and you have that little area, you want to, like I said, put your best clothes on. Always think of it as like, if I have to run out the door real quick, do I first have to take a shower and get my clothes on, or maybe do my hair and makeup? Be ready before you walk into your home office, before you, whatever it is that you need to do, because you never know. You may get a client that calls you and says, hey, you know what? Can you meet me today for lunch? Oh, sure. When? In about like maybe half an hour? Oh, yeah. Right. So when you have everything in place, you'll be able to do that. But other areas too is your time management. You have to have that effective. When you are creating time management techniques, as I've always shared before, creating that to-do list, understanding what your priority of your tasks are, but most of all, understanding your deadlines. When you were putting your projects together, put a time limit where you know when you have to have it completed, when do you have to start the first part, when is the middle part have to be completed by. This way, when you have a 3 process and plan, that's when you get to your deadline, and you're going to find you're going to be able to achieve that. But always remember, what I shared with you is finding the right balance, working from home, working in your office, because it is a personal journey. You have to understand what you need for you to be able to be effective of what it is that you want to do. Because when you have a mindful boundary set and practice your self-awareness, you will be able to elevate the level you want to be at and to achieve a healthy work-life balance. So with sharing this all with you today, I just want to come back to full screen and let you know too that, one, if you were looking for a supportive group, reach out to me on my Facebook page. And you could check out my Simplify Your Business Administration group. And it is a group where we support each other. You'll get a little learning techniques. And if you're finding that, Renee, this sounds great, I've tried everything and nothing is working for me, I'm going to invite you again. invite you to having a one-on-one with me. Scan this barcode. Let's talk about what areas you want to move in and the direction you want to go in. And let's put a plan of action in place for you. As I'm coming back to screen, let you know that please, you could always reach out to me. I'm more than happy to give you any type of information, and always make it a great day and smile, because when you do, your day will be great. Have a good one. Bye-bye.